This is not a test. This is rock and roll.
I wake up every morning in a bed that's too small, drive my daughter to a school that's too expensive, and then I go to work to a job for which I get paid too little.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. We can stay up late, swapping manly stories, and in the morning, I'm making waffles.
You're waking up with the Morning App on 90.5 WASU.
Happy Monday, everybody, and welcome into the Morning App on 90.5 WASU. I'm Joshua alongside Howie C., Molly, and hi, Kristen. Nice to see you again.
She's back. How are you feeling?
Watch out.
I'm staying 10 feet away.
How you feeling, Kristen? How are you?
I'm feeling so much better. Still a little run down because the flu really gets you. You know, if I have some advice for you, it's don't get the flu because it sucks.
Never get it. It's literally the worst experience ever. I remember when I got it last year around this time, I was ready to die.
Yeah.
I was ready.
I kind of thought I was dying.
Yeah. I'm glad to see you back. Thank you for being back, Kristen. We missed you.
Oh, I missed you guys too. Thanks, Molly. I love you.
I'm just a germaphobe. I'm like, I love you from a distance.
No, I seriously, I walked into the office this morning. I had Clorox wipes in one hand and Germex in the other. I'm wiping down everything I touched within the last 5 days. Don't you worry. Nobody's getting the flu from me.
Yeah, but everyone's already sat at your desk before.
But whose fault is that? Sorry.
Yeah.
It's your fault.
See, I told Josh, I saw him just immediately go sit at your desk, and I was like, Josh, she has the flu. He's like, well, whatever.
Germs, I'm not bothered by them.
I hate how confident you are you're not going to get the flu. I mean, I don't wish you get it because it's horrible, but I also kind of slightly just hope you get knocked off your feet a little bit.
My immune system's strong.
Okay, no, but you know that I like to see the positive in every situation, okay? Every single day is lovely. Everything is great, okay? You have to look at the positives. So I've come up with 5 positive things that I actually learned during the flu.
Okay.
You ready for them?
Ready.
Don't debunk these, Josh, because I know you're getting ready. You're like at the edge of your seat.
Oh, that smile.
Smize. All right, number 1. Tomato soup is really just pasta sauce without the pasta. So you're saving on carbs.
Tomato soup is pasta sauce without the pasta. Yeah, in a way.
No.
Yes, so is. I was eating it one day. I mean, I was on a lot of drugs trying to do it, but I was like, wow, this is just pasta sauce in a bowl. It was kind of great.
Wow, I didn't even have to debunk that. They did that for me.
No, it's true. Listen, I don't
know
There's
what you make
definitely different ingredients in there, but I see where you're coming from, and I appreciate it. But it's not
Sounds like
true.
You don't appreciate it.
I don't. I'm smiling because I know I have had this same thought many times. I'm like, yeah, it's pasta sauce without pasta, but it's not. There's creamy tomato basil.
Tomato basil's where it's at.
I don't
That's
know.
what I was
How'd
using.
you make it?
You just put it in a microwave.
Oh, okay.
Did you just take the jar of tomato sauce and just put it in the microwave?
Secretly, I was so foggy in my flu days, I took a can of pasta sauce and ate it as soup, probably.
She ate out of the can.
All right, number 2 is you can save a ton of money if you don't leave your bed for 5 days.
Yes.
I did not go grocery shopping. I didn't use my gas. I saved so much money. It was great.
While you're dying on your bed, you're like, oh, save some money.
She's like, look at my savings account. It's great.
Look at me. I can go out to eat this week. Yes.
You got to find the silver lining, guys. Okay. And then 3rd, you're really able to advance your Netflix preferences. I mean, like, prior to having the flu, I think I had 2 shows on my Netflix account. Mm-hmm. But now, it's recommended grade A stuff, people. Grade A stuff.
Well, what did you watch?
Okay, well, see, I was hoping you wouldn't ask that. Because I was also in this foggy flu state where I would click on the weirdest documentaries, get 7 minutes in, and be like, okay, no, this is horrible. I watched a lot of documentaries on diabetes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
A lot on like the food industry. One on Lady Gaga.
Yes, that's so great. That's the best one on there. 5'2", whatever it is.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, I didn't get more than like 10 minutes in though. And then a lot of America's Next Top Model. Like way too much America's Next Top Model.
Okay.
Way too much. There's 283 episodes. Dare I say I watched them all?
Did you?
No, that's impossible. But I got pretty far.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, number 4 is you find out who your real friends are. The ones who are willing to risk seeing you to deliver food or Kleenex.
That was not me. I'm sorry. I've been your best friend for a long time. I was like, I'm staying away.
Shout
I
out to my
offered. She said
friend.
no.
Well, yeah, because my friend Mary Kate already stopped by. Actually, she stopped by twice with juice and soup, and yeah, it was so great. I mean, those are your real friends. You offered, Josh, but I felt a little
Boom,
bad.
roasted. I'm like, I'll stay over here.
No, it's fine.
love you.
I didn't
I'm the same.
expect. I wouldn't
love
expect
you.
anybody to come near me during the flute, right?
Right,
I had a
wouldn't.
friend do that, and she literally took tongs and put them in my room and then ran out of my house and washed her hands immediately.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mary Kate delivered things through my window because I live on the first floor, so it worked out.
Yeah.
And then lastly, even though you have absolutely nothing better to do, you will still procrastinate on your homework.
Yep. Mm-hmm. See,
Wow.
but here's the thing, though. When you're so sick, you just don't want to do anything except lay in bed,
Yep.
take medication, and
Watch
watch
Netflix.
Netflix. That's it. You don't want to do homework. Why would you want to do that when you're sick? So that makes sense.
Yeah, you're like, your body is already in so much pain. Like, I don't want to suffer through my mind, too, of studying, and I didn't touch anything.
I'll throw one more in there. Thanks to our boy Mackie, who works here at the station. When he got sick, he said he lost like 12 pounds. He's like, hey, best diet in the world, get sick.
That's true.
Yeah, especially
That
when I
is
had the
true.
flu. Yeah, I was just sitting on my couch. I watched Westworld on HBO, finished that. Great show, and I lost some weight. I was like, okay, this works
You're
out.
like, the gym? No.
The gym,
Get the
no.
flu.
And see, Kristen, it's good that you stayed inside when you knew that you were sick, because nowadays, millennials, we like to go outside whenever we are sick. We don't really know how sick we are. Like, oh, yeah, we can go out to the bars. Like, we're fine. And then you wake up next day and you have the flu, and you're like, uh-oh, that was a bad decision. So seems like recently millennials have a desire to go out when they're sick. For me personally, I have been a victim to this recently because I get sick a lot, but I
Yeah.
never really know how sick I am until the next day, basically. Like, I think it was last semester when we all got together and it was at my place and I was really sick. And I was just like, oh, man, I don't know if I can make it. And then the
Oh,
next day,
yeah,
you
that's
remember that?
right.
Next day I woke up fine, surprisingly. Like, I was cured. I don't know what happened, but that whole time I was just sick and struggling. And it's
3
just,
days later, you drop dead.
yeah, basically. But it happens a lot. We just like to go out when we're sick. Is there a reason why that we do that? Does anybody know?
You're cured because you hung out with us.
Oh my gosh.
Well, you weren't even there, Josh. So I don't know about you.
Well,
Maybe
that's why
because
you were
Kristen.
sick, because I wasn't there.
Probably why.
I don't know. I mean, I experience the same thing. I get sick all the time, but I always push my limits. I'm like, I can't afford to get sick right now, so I'm going to continue to go to school, continue to go out, go to work, go see friends, and I'll just take Dayquil, right? And I'm like, whatever. But, you know, then, like, when it's really bad, it hits you, and you're like, you keep pushing yourself, and then you're like, I can't do this. But I do the same thing. I go out when I'm sick because, I don't know. I think I'm also just an extrovert, so being sick is like, I'm like, no,
Yeah.
4 days alone in my bed, no thanks.
Yeah, it's like, are you really sick or is it allergies? Because, you know, this season is the season for allergies. So
I
it's
blame
like,
everything on allergies, and it never is.
what'd you think about the number one spot that people go to whenever they are sick, though? Like,
Ooh.
what's the number one thing they do?
Ooh.
I would say school or work.
School or work?
Starbucks.
Molly, what you
Starbucks when you're
think?
sick?
When you're sick, what is the spot you hit?
Yeah, like, what's the most popular spot for people when they are sick? Where do you think people go?
Doctors.
Yeah, well, aside from the doctors, I usually go get soup or something like that. But if I know I have something bad, I do not come to school because I'm not about to bring that on my fellow students, or my bed.
Right.
Bed. I just stay in bed. I don't go anywhere because I'm responsible.
Right. According to a survey,
is that
though.
a side eye at me?
Yeah, got her.
I'm responsible. Looks at Kristen. Okay.
According to the survey, though, actually the most common place for sick people is the grocery store. So that's where everybody goes because they want to go get, medication. They want to go get soup. They want to make sure they're feeling better. They don't get somebody else to go and get it for them. They're like, I can do it. I can go
Yeah.
and get some soup. But then that's where people get sick the most because you're getting a cart. You're putting your hands on the cart. People are, yeah. See, that's where people get sick the most. So I don't know. I just feel like you should just stay home regardless if you're sick, no matter what.
Yeah, but you only get so many sick days a year, and I
Yeah.
definitely surpassed that. I mean, I just ate up 5 sick days,
You
not
good?
6. This is that's the flu medication. But no, and so it's like in the first month or second month of the year.
Yeah.
So
It's always this time period, yeah.
You only used up 2 days, Thursday and Friday, right?
Wednesday, half a Wednesday.
Half Wednesday, yeah.
That's
Kristen, you got this.
2.5
You're
days.
fine. You can work from
I
home.
don't know.
You're
I
such a workaholic.
I
She
still
is.
think that I would surpass my allotted 6 days. 6 days.
Okay.
Oh, forget it. I'm done. Bye, guys.
It's the Tamiflu.
It is.
Well, no worries. Kristen is back. Thank you that you're feeling better. Hopeful that you'll get over this little flu hump and you'll be back to normal tomorrow. But coming up on the morning app, we are going to be talking about your addiction to your smartphones. It's Avery Brothers on the app.
And now back to your favorite morning talk show, The Morning App, on 90.5 WASU.
90.5 WASU. It is 8:15 on this rainy morning. I was going to say lovely.
It's not lovely.
It's not lovely. Howie and I are getting chicken minis, though, after this, so it's kind of lovely. Ooh.
I love it. I'll get my chicken minis and lemonade. Life is good. I love it. It's actually going to be lovely after those minis. So.
I've never seen such joy on somebody's face as they started to realize that they were getting fast food.
Oh, my God. And chicken minis, man.
And coffee. Oh. I'm a coffee connoisseur. We all know this. I was actually looking up earlier on my smartphone some stuff about coffee because I'm a dork. But I realized kind of how much I am on my phone. I like to tell myself, I'm not addicted. I'm not one of those millennials. I think I am sometimes, and it's kind of upsetting. I've realized it's starting to distract me from my work, and, I need to turn it off, which is a little excessive. Do you guys feel like you're addicted? Josh is going to say no.
I mean, I don't know. See, I don't like. Yesterday, when I was studying, I was studying all weekend long, and I kept picking up my phone every 15 minutes or so because I just needed that distraction because I was tired of just staring at my papers and everything. So I didn't think it was that bad of a distraction, but I just needed that little 2-minute break, scroll through something, an app or anything, and then I went right back to it.
Krista just goes,
See, I mean, I like the idea of the phone being a distraction, helpful distraction, because you can't just study for hours on end. You're going to go crazy. You need to take breaks. But if I'm going to take a break, I feel like my phone is kind of a waste of a time. It's like a wasted break because I'm just mindlessly scrolling.
I don't have time to do anything else because I don't want to take too long I don't want to take 10 minutes because then I'll never come back.
Instead of short breaks, I will study for an hour, watch an episode, study for an hour, watch an episode, or something like that.
I have used that
That's
routine before.
dangerous.
It works. It does work.
I don't know. Then you binge.
Study longer and then go cook a meal or something. Just something that's a little bit more mindful.
Physical, not mentally just drooling.
Yeah.
Cook a meal.
But I don't know. I mean, pop it in the microwave.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think that I tried deleting certain apps, seeing if my smartphone time would go down a little bit, but it hasn't. It's just I've been spending more time on the other apps now instead of hopping from.
Okay, so your time management for each app has extended.
Yeah. So
yeah.
No, I do think it's a distraction though, but in some cases it can be good.
Yeah. I don't know. I have a friend that recently went back to a flip phone, and.
Ooh.
Yeah, and she said it was because she didn't like her communication skills and she wanted to get better at those, so she wanted to do more human interaction. But I'm going to be honest, I think it worsened her communication skills because she couldn't officially get text messages, she couldn't officially do group chats with other workers or other employees and stuff like that. And so in turn, her communication, and so we could only email her, but then she wasn't emailing back that because she didn't have a smartphone.
Yeah.
So I think it actually hurt her efficiency in communication. But it's a risky little fine line that we play there. It's like, how much do we actually use to work and how much do we use to distract?
But do you know how cool she looks every single time she pops at her phone and flips it open? Hello, wow.
Like the Razor phones.
Flip it. Or you can slam it shut when you're angry. And then slam it.
How dare her?
I mean, I think that, our generation, we kind of can admit it and move on, kind of be like, all right, put the phone down. But I've noticed little kids, 4-year-olds, have cell phones.
Younger than that, too.
Yeah, it's absolutely absurd to me. And there's this little study saying that almost half the parents, so 50% of parents, say that they know that their kid is addicted to this phone. So then why are you providing?
Well, it's just like the TV thing all over again. When we were kids, they were like, don't sit your kid in front of a TV. But it was on so much in our household that it just became we just knew it was there, and if we wanted to watch it, we would. But but there's some kids, you turn the TV on, and they're like, I never get TV, and so all I'm going to do is stare at this TV. So I think it's not necessarily don't provide your child with a smartphone. Okay, not the phone. They're 4. They don't need to contact anybody. But an iPad or something like that, you know? But it's how you monitor that. It's how you parent that. It's not necessarily giving it to them. It's like a pacifier. If you know it makes the kid stop crying, you're going to give it to them.
Yeah.
It's just,
See, that's actually a really good example because my nephew, he's 3, and he knows how to work my mom's phone. So every time he comes over, he's like, I want the phone, I want iPhone, because my mom's iPhone. So she gives him the phone, and he's watching, YouTube videos for 2 hours or so. And, like, he does that on the regular. And I got him a tablet for Christmas.
Aww.
He doesn't like the tablet because it's slower than the iPhone. So
Oh my gosh.
he is really smart, and he knows how to navigate through YouTube, look at all the videos that he wants to watch. I don't know how he does it, but
That's how my 6-year-old nephew is. He knows more stuff than I do.
yeah.
And he is infatuated with YouTube and watching dinosaur videos specifically.
Yeah.
And
Well,
he
who
will
isn't?
get what?
Who isn't?
Right.
I mean, true, but he just is like very, very concentrated on that. And he will go to I don't know how he spells these things half the time too. But it's just so interesting to me that children can maneuver around technology better than my parents
Right.
can.
But here's the other aspect of it. Are you going to not let your child use technology? Then they're going to be behind in school. And
Right.
if they're not adapting to and maneuvering through this new technology, they're already behind.
Yeah, because kids are getting, iPads and MacBooks in school now. Like when I was young, we would go to the computer lab.
Yeah.
We would go and do all our work. So now they're getting laptops, and so they need to keep up with the technology. And it's only going to get, more technologically advanced as we go on in life. So they need to learn.
When did you guys get your first smartphone or smart thing?
My first smartphone, I think I got when I was 14 or 15.
What grade is that?
I was
freshman.
I was in 8th grade to a freshman, I think. It was around that time.
kidding me? I got a flip phone when I was like 16 years old. And then got a BlackBerry, I think like maybe like my senior year of high school because I wanted to be cool like my dad. And But
did you have like an iPod?
I can't remember. I think I had a shuffle, but
Okay,
that's like
that's not a smart device.
Yeah, I had an iPod too. So.
I had the flip, then I had the slide phones, the kind of, keyboard. And then I went to a smartphone when I was 17?
I think
16
college.
or 17.
College is when I got my smartphone.
Really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, like right before, because my phone was so terrible. My dad was like, "We got to fix this."
Yeah, because I had a BlackBerry, and then I got an iPhone. So I had it when I was like freshman high school, something like that.
But to be fair, that's when they came out.
Yeah.
Like, we couldn't get them sooner.
Yeah.
They weren't a thing prior to that. I mean, they had the
Right.
BlackBerry, but that was for the businessman. Like, that's what it was made for.
Yeah, that's how my dad was. I wanted to be like him too. I was like, Dad, I
Aw.
want a BlackBerry. But the BlackBerries suck. I'm just gonna say that
Yeah,
now.
they weren't that cool.
Those phones suck.
They're good for business, which is what they were made for. But we all wanted to be cool like our parents. Some of us.
And right?
Like you
Isn't it
dorks.
crazy now to see that we were so young and we loved, seeing these new technological devices, these new smartphones. We're like, what is this? It's touchscreen. It can do all this stuff. You can play music from it. You get on Twitter. And nowadays, it's like, this is the standard.
It's so normal.
This is the standard. And then
Yeah.
kids are starting to learn that. And what's it going to be in 10 years from now? How's it going to be for them? So I think it's like a lot of questions with technology and how they're going to relate to children in particular.
I think I wouldn't give my child a physical phone that you can like call and text on,
Right.
Until they needed one.
Right.
But I'm not going to deprive them of the technology because then they're going to be behind. And what if they want to go into computer science? I mean, that's where everything's going. So it's like, why would I deprive my child of that?
Yeah.
Well, what age do you think they need one?
I mean, I don't know. It depends. Because, like, I got into after-school clubs and sports, and so I needed a ride, so I would have to call my parents when it was done.
Yeah.
Type stuff like that. So it depends on the child, I feel like. But nowhere near 4 years old would they need one.
Well,
Yeah.
no, but I mean middle school maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe,
I think
yeah.
middle school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give them like a smaller, little smart device, and then as they get older, then we'll get them like an iPhone and stuff like that. So we'll see.
But I don't know. It's a fine line that you have to play. It's like how much are you consuming? What are you consuming? Are you addicted? Are you using it to advance your brain in any way? It's a weird thing that it's new. No one's had to navigate it before.
It's a lot of questions, and hopefully soon we'll get a lot of answers for it. But
We won't.
We'll have to wait and see. You got to play it by ear, basically.
Nah, we got no answers.
Coming up next, we will talking about weather and name that movie quote here on the Morning App.
Where the scissors at? Where's the tape? I don't know. You had it.
Guys, what are you doing? You said sports wrap. We're repping up presidents for sports teams, right?
No, I meant Sports Wrap, the sports talk show on 90.5 WASU that airs every Tuesday and Thursday at 6, where we recap the biggest sports games and news from the week.
What did you say? Well, what are you rapping?
Oh, I'm just getting Tom Brady to play football. Maybe we can catch this.
I'm just wrapping up LeBron's career in Cleveland and sending Isaiah Thomas a no-trade clause.
And I'm getting a choking hazard label for the Indians, Dodgers, and the Falcons. You think Dan Quinn will like this?
Come on, guys, time for actual sports rap.
Falcons, Dodgers.
My name is Maggie Harper, and I host the App 1800, a podcast featuring the current events in Boone that you care about. Listen every Monday at 9 a.m. on 90.5 WASU after the Morning App.
What time is it? I need to get up. I gotta go for the show.
It's time for the Morning App!
Welcome into the Morning App on 90.5 WASU.
How you guys doing this morning?
You can listen worldwide at WASUradio.com, live on App TV, or with the iHeartRadio app. The Morning App on 90.5 WASU and WASUradio.com.
90.5 WASU. It is 8:31 on this Monday morning. Not lovely. You know, as Josh says, top of the morning to you. I hope everybody's doing well.
I'm sorry, that was everything I dislike in one sentence.
Why do you say that?
Why would you not say that?
When do you say that?
He said that Friday when I wasn't here.
Because
he could get away with it.
If we had that on when I was working at Melanie's, I would have been like, why? In the middle of working.
What's the matter with that? It's different. You don't hear it all the time.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice.
Do you pick up your hat too when you say it?
No, because of headphones. Otherwise, I would.
Pick up your headphones.
Yeah.
No.
And see, this weather in Boone right now, man, I don't really know what's up with it.
I don't know. Let's talk about the weather, Kristen.
You guys want to talk about the weather?
What is up?
I'm so excited.
Oh. Didn't even realize I had the weather report this morning. Cool.
Josh was like, all right, somebody get talking about the weather.
Well, I can definitely tell you about the weather, though. It's going to be rainy the next couple of days, and I actually read it might snow Friday.
Yeah, I actually read that too. It's going to snow sometime next week.
It's going to be cold degrees all week long.
Cold degrees.
Listen, this is a disaster. I'm going to just get started with the Name That Movie quote.
This is my unprepared weather talk.
It's not going well. Basically, it's going to be rainy and not as hot. Okay, this is what we got.
Basically what I said.
Well, let's move on. Time for Name That Movie quote. I'm going to name random movie quotes, all relating to a theme, and you guys are going to have to guess what movie it's from. Are you ready for the theme? I'm so hype about this one.
Hit me with it.
Are you ready?
Hit him with it.
You don't look that excied.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I am. I'm trying to guess. I'm trying to
first.
guess. And my cheeks hurt from smiling. I don't do it that often.
Shia LaBeouf.
Yes!
Oh.
Yes.
no.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yes.
This is going to be 50-50 for me.
Listen, Shia LaBeouf is one of my favorite actors.
I'm sorry.
We do elbow fives because I might still be contagious. We don't high five here on the Morning App.
Fair enough.
All right. First movie quote.
I'm so excited.
Let's do it.
Oh, this is going to be like you. You're going to be me with Will Ferrell. This is you and Shia LaBeouf. Okay.
I might not get them all right, but, we'll see.
How fine this Mary Lou must have looked in that bikini.
Ooh. What are the choices?
A. Disturbia. B. Holes. C. Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Only 3 options?
Yeah, that's
Well,
what I did
you know
last
why?
time.
Because he hasn't done that many movies. Oh.
He's in a ton of movies, Joshua. A ton of movies.
I'm not sure why. He's really gone downhill.
Do not speak poorly of him on this show.
The
is pure.
The only good thing he ever did was Transformers.
No.
The
Sit
3 that he was in?
down.
Yeah, 3.
Joshua.
The first one.
And that little video, Shia LaBeouf, is coming from
Actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great video.
No, Disturbia is a fantastic movie.
So is Holes Indiana Jones? Have you seen that Indiana Jones movie?
Yeah, that was terrible.
It was so great.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, which one was it? Was Harrison Ford in it?
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Yeah.
It was a terrible
That was a
movie.
great one.
I can't remember which one it was.
They're
Listen.
actually cutting it out of the whole series. How bad it was.
I would totally disagree. Totally disagree. This is not about his talent, okay? This is about how well you know his movies.
It's definitely Holes.
Say it again one more time.
How fine this Mary Lou must have looked in that bikini.
It's not Disturbia.
It's Holes.
It's not Indiana Jones either, so it's got to be Holes. That's
You
what
guys
I'm
all
saying.
saying Holes?
I don't know what Disturbia is, but I know this
a scary
quote's from
movie.
Holes. It's got to be Holes.
Yeah.
It's a kind of scary movie.
It's suspense, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
Holes.
it's scary because Shia LaBeouf's in it.
This is the hardest
acting
decision
scary.
of my life.
You can do it.
I'm just going to do Indiana Jones, but I'm going to be really upset if it is, in fact, Disturbia, and I just am having a blank. But, yeah, we'll just go with C.
Okay. Howie and Josh, you are correct.
Yay!
It's Holes.
No!
Yeah, because Mary Lou was the mule that they owned, and they named the boat after the mule. And they saw the name on the boat, and they were like, "Oh, Mary Lou, she probably looked great in a bikini." And it was funny because it was a mule.
God, it's been so long since I've seen that movie.
I've never seen Holes. I've never seen Holes.
Really?
Oh my gosh!
I
That's such a great
refuse to
movie.
watch
I've seen it like twice.
I refused to watch it out of spite because my sister loved it so much, and she told me what a great movie it was. So out of spite, I never watched it.
You are that person.
That is absolutely ridiculous.
It's a great movie. I think I've seen it over 10 times.
Yeah.
But all the quotes were relating to holes. It was like, let's go dig one last hole, or like,
Yeah,
I
so you
couldn't-
took the
it
most
was really
obscure
hard.
quote from that movie.
All right, third movie quote. Let me tell you about a dream, a boy's dream, a man's promise to that boy.
Ooh.
Transformers.
All right. A, Transformers.
Oh.
B, the greatest game ever played. Or C, iRobot.
Wait. He was in iRobot?
Mm-hmm.
What?
He wasn't the main character.
What is the greatest game I ever played?
It's a movie that Shia LaBeouf is in.
Well,
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen that one either. I didn't even know he was in that.
Yeah, I'm like,
upset.
whoa, I didn't know he was in iRobot.
Yeah.
all right, can you
He's
say
like-
the quote one more time?
Itty bitty.
Let me tell you about a dream, a boy's dream, and a man's promise to that boy.
And this is a line that he said.
Yeah, these are
correct?
all
Okay.
Shia's lines.
There's no way that's Transformers.
No way. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with B.
The greatest game ever played?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to go with iRobot.
Okay.
I'm going to be a little different.
Let me tell you about a dream, a man's dream, something about a dream. I'll go B, whatever that great game.
The
one's
greatest
called.
game ever
Yeah,
played?
Sure.
Wow. You guys are all wrong. This is from Transformers.
No way.
Yes.
No
Yes.
way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh,
did he say
you are
that?
right.
Yeah.
When did he say
When he
that?
said that to did he say that to the professor? In
man's
the very
dream.
first Transformers one? Say it one more time.
It's the very first movie. Yeah, just Transformers.
Was it the
Can you say it
opening?
one more time?
Let me tell you about a dream, a boy's
Yes.
dream, a man's promise to
Dumb.
that boy.
I'm not
Yes,
even
that
gonna
was when he was
lie.
trying-
Opening, right?
That's when he was trying to get a good grade in his class.
Yeah, the opening.
Sure.
I think. Oh,
I
man.
do not like Transformers.
Oh, man.
They did not resonate with me. No.
Okay, and then all of Shia's lines in that movie had to do with a car, so I had to really.
Okay,
That's a
Kristen,
great
maybe this
line
wasn't the
now.
best idea.
That was a. Oh.
Because I'm like,
Every Shia movie is a good idea. Okay,
I hate myself.
last one. Hold on. Don't call her a thing. She's my ultra loungematic super chair.
I know this one.
Sing it, girl.
A, Dumb and Dumber. B, Breakfast with Einstein. Or C, the Even Stevens movie.
C, even Stevens movie.
Okay, repeat the quote one more time.
Hold on. Don't call her a thing. She's my ultra loungematic super chair.
She's my.
I'm blown away. He was in this many movies.
Oh my gosh, he was in so
He was great as
many.
Lewis.
It seemed like a lot of movies he wasn't like a main star,
Yeah.
but he was like in it. He had a role in it. At
He
least,
was
so.
a key character.
Yeah.
Let me pause this real quick. You need to watch Fury. And if you don't like that Shia LaBeouf movie, then I'll be convinced that you don't believe he's a good actor. But after you watch Fury, you're going to be convinced that he's an amazing actor.
If he was a good actor, he'd still have a job.
He does still have a job. He's still producing movies.
Not as much now, really.
Fury, watch it. I'm telling you. It's a war movie. You'll love it.
Yeah, you will. I think you would.
I don't watch war movies, but yeah.
Oh my god.
It's a good one, though. It also has Brad Pitt in it, I believe.
Ooh.
So, yeah, give it a
I
watch.
like some Brad Pitt.
Okay, for that one, I'm gonna go with the Even Stevens movie. So, I think I saw that a long time ago, but I
See,
can't remember.
I want to pick that one because Molly knows it's right, but at the same time, I should be different.
You can be Dumb and Dumber too.
What was the second choice?
Breakfast with Einstein. It was one that he started when he was a little kid.
Okay, I'm still gonna stay with Even Stevens though.
Yeah, I'll go B.
Breakfast with Einstein?
Sure.
All right, Josh, you are
Yeah, that's
incorrect.
right.
What a
Yay.
beautiful day.
Yay!
It
we
is
got
the Even
right.
Stevens movie, yeah.
Because he chases Ren around in that chair. And he's like,
Yeah, that was also one of my absolute favorite movies.
Can we talk about that was like Shia LaBeouf's like beginning his
Was Even Stevens?
Yeah, that's where I realized how awesome he was, and then seeing his movies as I got older too. But then he's not as much now. He's not,
Whoa.
not awesome now.
no, no. And also, can we talk about his glow up? He went,
Oh, yeah.
oh my gosh.
yeah.
He went from Lewis and even Stevens to him now. Well, now he has, yeah, he's not looking that good.
Yeah, let's not
Yeah,
talk
he's
about
I
looking
that.
think
rough
he's
now.
handsome. I
Maybe,
think he's handsome.
Like 3 years ago. 2 or 3 years
Not
ago.
even.
He was prime.
I dig
It's
the
been a
rat
long
tail.
time.
Do you really?
I can work with it.
That's the one thing I can't get down with.
Fair
But he
enough.
did. He had a glow up from like dorky Lewis to 3 years
Like
ago.
Fury.
Right.
He's pretty attractive in Fury.
Oh, in Fury, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone know the score?
Was I supposed to be keeping score?
Yeah.
Maybe we can tell you after the break. Potentially.
Yeah,
Today is
we'll
a Monday.
we'll figure it out after the break. And on the other side, we'll also talk about relationships, per usual, here on the morning app.
Hey, Kristen, how are you?
So what's going on? What music you listen to right now?
Man, Howie, I don't know. I can't find any good music anymore.
Well, guess what? I host a show on WASU.
You do?
Yeah, it's called The Rollout. Do you like top 40 music?
Of course I do.
Well, guess what? I have your fix. I have the songs that are coming up on the charts. I have the next breakout artists and the songs you want to hear again and again.
That sounds great. When was it again?
It's going to be Wednesdays at 7 on 90.5 WASU or WASUradio.com.
The Rollout.
Listen to The Rollout every Wednesday at 7 on 90.5 WASU.
What's up, guys? Here on App TV, the A Game is the only place where you can see highlights and updates on everything App State sports. I'm Braxton Critcher.
And I'm Ashley Smith, co-host of the A Game, where each and every Monday at 9 p.m. you can find the best coverage of all your favorite Mountaineer teams and in-depth reporting from the sidelines.
That also includes athlete interviews, a player of the week, and a chance for students to get involved with the Q&A game.
So join us each Monday on App TV for App State's only sports TV show.
Where the scissors at? Where's the tape? I don't know. You had it.
Guys, what are you doing?
You said sports wrap. We're wrapping up presents for sports teams, right?
No, I meant Sports Wrap, the sports talk show on 90.5 WASU that airs every Tuesday, Thursday at 6, where we recap the biggest sports games and news from the week.
What did you say?
Well, what are you wrapping?
Oh, I'm just getting Tom Brady to play football. Maybe you can catch this.
I'm just wrapping up LeBron's career in Cleveland and sending Isaiah Thomas a no-trade clause.
And I'm getting a choking hazard label for the Indians, Dodgers, and the Falcons. You think Dan Quinn will like this?
Come on, guys, time for actual sports wrap.
Falcons, Dodgers.
My name is Maggie Harper, and I host the App 1800, a podcast featuring the current events in Boone that you care about. Listen every Monday at 9 a.m. on 90.5 WASU after the Morning App.
What time is it? I need to get up. I gotta go for the show.
It's time for the Morning App.
Welcome into the Morning App on 90.5 WASU.
How you guys doing this morning?
You can listen worldwide at WASUradio.com, live on App TV, or with the iHeartRadio app. And now back to the Morning App on 90.5 WASU. 8:45 on this lovely Monday morning, and oh my gosh, it is feeling like a Monday. We're feeling the struggle too here on the Morning App.
Oh my.
But as always, it is our favorite time of the show. It is time to talk relationships.
About love.
Oh, not this
I'm not singing. I'm not singing anymore.
No.
I'm not singing anymore.
Love?
No, this is the best one.
What is
love? Oh, Josh.
No.
He gave in.
I listen to this in the car on every car ride, not gonna lie. And I definitely jam.
You know, we like to say this song is a certified banger. So.
It's a bop.
Don't you say it's a bop?
It's a bop.
It is.
I love it.
Well, I don't know about my single friends over here. Kristen, this could apply to you too. How did you turn your current relationship from, you know, having like a crush or attraction into actually like starting to go on dates and stuff like that?
That's a hard one because we were friends first. But it was definitely took a lot of time. I'm not gonna lie, to just go from physical attraction and crushes and like, oh, you know, he's kind of cute and funny to like, oh, this is like a real relationship. But I think a lot of it kind of came on his end. I think he did most of the I want to be more than friends type of work.
Yeah. So he put that work in, basically.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he really did.
Proud of him.
I'm not going to lie. I turned him down the first few times that he asked me out. But it eventually worked, so don't give up hope.
Shoot your shot.
Shoot your shot.
Persevere.
It really came, I think, though, after like the real relationship where we're like, do you mean like going from boyfriend to girlfriend to like serious relationship, or just crush to boyfriend and girlfriend?
Crush to starting to like, it could be going on a date with that person. Like, let's say, you know, you've been crushing on somebody for a while, and then you're like, well, I kind of want to shoot my shot. You know, leaving college soon.
Why is that still a thing? Shoot your shot.
I don't know how he said it. How he said it, and now it's stuck in my head, and I do not use that terminology ever. But let's just go with it.
It's a hard one to maneuver because it's different for every single relationship, and your background is kind of important too. Because it's like if you're friends, it's like how do you distinguish? Oh, we're just hanging out again. To this is a date, and I want this to be a date. So I think when we did that, I was like, he was the one that said it, but this could apply to the girl, could do it to the guy, or girl to girl, does not matter. But he was like, I want to cook you dinner, like come over, we'll open a bottle of wine, and it'll just be me and you.
That is adorable. Did this actually happen?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but how weird is that when you're like really good friends with someone and then you try that?
No,
and
it wasn't weird because he was like, look, and if you're not comfortable at the end, you know, we don't ever have to do it again. But like, let me just try. And I was like, you know, okay, you got nice biceps, let's go. So it was kind of one of those things though, where although he bought the wrong wine and he ended up drinking all of it because I didn't like that wine.
That's still really cute. But I also feel like you can't get dinner. I don't know. That seems like a very romantic thing. Like if you offered to make dinner for somebody or with somebody.
I think it would have been more romantic if we went out to dinner. The fact that he cooked me dinner, it was casual, but it was still datey enough because, you know, it was like mood lighting and music, and then we just relaxed and ate pasta and watched a movie. So it was kind of like, you know, it was like, yes, we're hanging out, but there's this element of
calmness kind of.
And like this, we both know that this is a date, we both like each other, and if it doesn't work out at the end, we won't do it again and we'll go back to being friends because it wasn't too datey. I thought it was a good move on his end.
He was killing the game.
Yeah.
Very proud of him.
Yeah, he was. But it was low key. I didn't know about it till like 2 months after.
Oh, we kept it.
I knew.
You kept the DL.
Yeah.
Everyone knew.
It was.
Kristen was like, do not say it. And I was like, I won't.
We just kept it on the DL just because everybody was friends with both of us.
Yeah.
And we were like, well, if it doesn't work out, you know, it's going to be awkward if everybody knows. So we're just going to keep it low key for a little bit.
Yeah. And I think personally, too, you know, having that first sense where you know you're attracted to somebody, and you can tell they're attracted to you, too, but you just don't really know how to go about it. You don't want it to be awkward. It could be a friend that you've been friends with for, you know, all of college, or it could be somebody random that you never met. So sometimes it's hard to, you know, determine the next step. And so that just kind of is like, what do you feel comfortable doing, basically?
Yeah. It's kind of a weird thing, though, because you don't want to, it's easy to come off as like, yes, I want to date you, you know, so you have to be casual with it.
Yeah.
But, you know, go for it.
Especially
Ask
if you're
out.
friends. I don't know. I feel like if there's this connection that you've had previously to that, I don't know, like personally for me, that is so scary because then you're, you know, if you do hang out, is this more than friends? Or are we just hanging out as friends?
Yeah.
It's just uncomfortable, I think, of a situation. So I feel like you need to be honest and communicate, which is really hard. It's easier said than done.
Yeah.
Right.
Trying to be casual just turns into awkwardness. Like, yeah, I'm casual. I'm casual. Yeah, it's cool. We're cool.
Yeah.
You just got to play it off.
Yeah, I think it's also interesting if you're doing it with a friend, too, because you don't want the awkwardness. You don't want that, like, if you want to do something with them, like, relationship-wise, and it doesn't work out, then you're not going to be friends. But
I think it's awkward when you try that, though, and then you ignore that you tried it.
Exactly.
I think it's better to just recognize, make it a little joke if you guys didn't work out, and be like, oh, yeah, remember that time we went on a date?
Yeah.
Secretly wanted it to work out, but it's fine.
Remember that time my friend zoned you? Oh.
Yeah, so it's like if you, I don't know, I think it's less awkward if you acknowledge that you both had a crush on each other.
Oh, yeah, I agree. And then if you're really good friends, you're going to work through that and still be friends afterwards. It's just, shoot your shot. Do your thing.
I agree.
That's my motto in life.
Clearly.
But, have you ever had a situation where you have a friend who is talking to somebody, dating somebody, and you just know 100% that is not the right person that they should be falling for?
Yeah.
You ever
Oh,
have
for
that?
sure. Oh, for sure. But it's so hard to tell them because they're blinded by crop tops or certain, physical aspects of that person. So you're just trying to, let them know that, hey, this is probably not, I don't think this is a good move. And then it doesn't work out. And you're just like, oh.
Well,
wow.
My thing is, I have a lot of friends that do that, but they know that the person is wrong. Like, they say to me, I know they're wrong, but this is just me going into my old habits. Then I'm not going to say anything. Or if I know they know better, then I'm not going to step on their toes. Because some of my friends get upset when I tell them, I don't like this person.
Yeah.
Right.
But if it's somebody that they're dating already and I have a problem with them, I will tell them lightly. Like, I'm like, I really don't like that he's doing that to you or she's doing that to you. I think he could handle it better.
Right. And then
they
they'll bring up like, oh, you haven't even met the person yet. Like, you don't even know them or whatever. It's like, I don't have to meet them to not like them. I mean, like, I want to, get like, sit down with them one-on-one to get to know them, but I don't have to like them. And some people get offended and they are upset that you don't like the person that they like. So I've had that happen a lot actually with some of my friends where they actually were like, oh, you don't even know the person. I'm like, well, I don't have to know them. I just don't like them.
Yeah, you can tell sometimes,
I'm like, do your thing. Do whatever you got to do. But at the end of the day, if it doesn't work out, I told you, don't like the person, but bad vibes. But here are a couple of tips, though. If you are going through that, you have a friend that is falling for what you think is the wrong person. One of them is try to have a conversation with your friend as early as possible. So tell them immediately. Don't tell them when they're about to date. They've been on multiple dates. It's like, yeah, everything's going right. Tell them up front immediately.
Yeah, when they have less feelings for the person.
Basically, yeah, because then they'll know, like, oh, okay, maybe Kristen's right. Okay, maybe this girl isn't good or whatever. So do it up front. Be confrontational. Everybody hates it, but we need to learn how to do that. We're adults now, so be up front with it.
I mean, now... what if what if you tell them that and then they still go out with them? You got to support them at that point.
Right. Well, then you just tell them, you know what? Do what you got to do. If you feel like this is what you want to do, I'm not going to stop you.
I'm not out here bashing people. I'll be like, yeah, I'm not sure he's your type or I'm not sure he's the greatest guy in the world, but if they start dating him, you support him, and then when it crashes and burns like it will, you just be like, yeah, I knew it was bad.
Right.
Here's my philosophy on the whole, like, do I support them or do I just keep telling them that this person is bad for them, right? So it's like, how many friends do they have in their life that are already supporting them?
Right.
Can I be that one advocate? Can I be the devil's advocate and tell her or him that, like, that person, like, I see it right now, they're not treating you well.
Right.
But if they don't have a lot of friends that are supportive, you might need to be that person until it crashes and burns. Look at their support group.
Yeah, absolutely. Another thing to add to that, too, is don't bash the person that you don't like. I think that's just a no-no in general. So if you go to your friend saying, oh, I hate Josh, like, he's the worst.
His breath always smells.
His breath smells. He always, like, all the girls
Why is that so specific?
But don't bash them because that's going to make your friend
not want to talk to you.
Not want to talk to you and be like, okay, yeah, I can't come to you anymore for advice.
No, you have to have legitimate reasons, and you have to state them calmly and, with reason. You can't just be like, oh, I don't know, I just don't like him. He just gives me bad vibes. You can't come off like that.
Are we still talking about me?
No, you're a good boy. We all support Josh.
You're just an easy target, Josh.
Yeah.
Josh, look, man, we love you, all right? Don't worry about it. On Wednesday, Taylor Rand will be here. We'll be talking probably a lot more about relationships and celebrities as well. Thank you for tuning into the Morning App on Monday. Hope your week goes well. Spring break's almost here, and we'll see you next time.